I'd like to call the PZA meeting for Wednesday, March 17th to order. Could we get a roll call, please, Kelly? Oh, yeah. You need your mic? Okay.
Mr. Featherling?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Tholen?
Present.
Mr. Payton?
Present.
Ms. Peters?
Present.
Mr. Fairfield?
Present.
Mr. Snipes?
Present.
Mr. Darrell Smith?
Present.
Mr. Swanson?
Present.
Mr. Dennell? Mr. Eckhoff?
Present.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Present.
Ms. Bryan?
Present.
Mr. Collins?
Present.
Ms. Hudson?
Present.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand?
Present.
Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Seroy? We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to mention that the notification was given on the website and the Facebook page for the meeting. Facebook and posted on the building by the door. Left off the website, I'm sorry. 48 hours notice was given for this meeting. Anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay, if not, we'll move on public comment. I don't have any here. Does anyone have any? From back there? No? Mr. Long, nothing? Okay, we'll approve the minutes. I'll get a motion to approve the minutes from February 17th. First by Miller. Second by Janice Peters, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Peters.
Get a roll call, please.
Mr. Featherling?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Payton?
Aye.
Ms. Peters?
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield?
I'm sorry.
Aye.
Mr. Snipes?
Aye.
Mr. Darrell Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Swanson?
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Aye.
Ms. Bryan?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
Ms. Hudson?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander?
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler? Motion carries.
Okay. I'd like to get a first and a second to approve the billing report that Delbert's about to give us.
Eckhoff.
Eckhoff first
Hudson.
and Hudson. Okay. Okay, Delbert.
Am I on?
Yes.
All right, in your packet should be the building division report for February 2021. We issued 28 permits in February, one of those being a new home, and totaling revenue of $12,793. That's a little low from last year. Last year in February, we had revenue of $15,864. I think the weather had a lot to do with that.
Now it's okay. That's it for that?
That, unless there's questions.
Okay. We had a rough 3 weeks in there for 0 degrees and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was not a
going
lot
on,
of building going on.
Nobody's pulling permits to do anything outside. That's for sure.
February's historically a slow month for us.
It'll come around in March, I believe. Let's get a building software update, Delbert. We got.
Okay.
Oh, we have to do a roll call. Sorry. Roll call vote on the building report.
Mr. Featherling?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Payton?
Aye.
Ms. Peters?
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield?
Aye.
Mr. Snipes?
Aye.
Mr. Darrell Smith? Mr. Swanson?
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Aye.
Ms. Bryan?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
Ms. Hudson?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander?
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler? Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay. Everybody remembers our building software project we had going on here. Dell's been converting everything over. Can we get a little update on how we're doing there?
I was going to give a demonstration today, but we weren't quite ready for that, so hopefully next month we'll do that. But as far as an update goes, the software is really 3 parts. There's the back office that the staff uses every day. There's the public portal portion of it, and then there's a mobile app for use in the field. Right now, the back office has been operating since January, and all permits since January 1st have been entered and being used in there, and every part of that seems to be working fine. We are still testing out the public portal portion of it and expect to go live probably in the next 30 days, give or take a little bit, and to be followed by the mobile portion of the app after that.
Okay.
So we should be fully operational, I'm guessing, by about May 1st would be my
So
goal.
a contractor in the field can pick up his cell phone and get a permit?
Once the public portal is online, yes.
And then the public portal includes the ability to pay with a debit card or charge card in the public part of that?
Yes.
That's where that
It
works?
does.
Okay. That's
We
gonna
still have a
really,
little testing on that. I want to make sure that the money's going to the proper locations. And
Okay. Anyone have any questions about that? It's really interesting stuff to me. I don't know. It's, seems like it's gonna really streamline things
I
quite a
said,
bit.
we will have a demonstration to the committee.
Okay. Will that be done in the office or will it be done here on the screen or?
Here on the screen,
On the screen?
we'll show the back office. It's difficult to show the public portal
Okay.
side of it because you have to have a public account. And
Okay.
we'll see. I might be able to do that too.
Can the public get in there and look and see where the active permits are and how many
They
are
will
out
be,
there?
once they've created their account, any permit that they are associated with, they will be able to view and see the status of.
So where it's at in the review
They'll
or
be able to,
whatever? Okay.
yes, they'll be able to apply online, pay online, and track all of their permits and any messages, any issues with their inspections online. They'll be able to log in and know if they passed the inspection, when the inspection was performed, if there are any notes from the inspector in regards to that inspection. Their occupancy permits, finals would all be available online to them as well.
Okay, does anyone have any questions? Mr. Wheeler? Oh, yeah, 16, huh?
Sorry.
Can't hear you.
Is there
anyway.
the capability to, or the, how do I put this? The legal ability for you to be able to do an inspection remotely, like your guy doesn't have to show up, they just put their iPad or phone and say, you know, that's 6 inches down. What I'm thinking of is efficiencies down the road, so we can
Saving
do
trips.
more with less. if you
That
will.
is a different piece of software that would help facilitate that. Not that you necessarily need software. There's no legal issues with us doing that, and we are working out some processes to be able to do remote inspections for when it's appropriate, not
Seems-
everything.
It seems like, not everything exactly, but it seems like there may be a dotted line COVID reason for iPads and things like that that would facilitate
Yes.
social distancing and all that stuff.
Part of
going forward.
part of going online with the mobile app is we do have to, we have no tablets for our officers now, so we would have to get them tablets to make use of that. And once they have the tablets, then they can we can start looking at remote inspections
So,
from there.
Del, is there any way, like if I got a job going in the field and you come out to my inspection and the guy over there, you know, 2 miles away is ready for his, is Butch gonna know, Mr. Liptak gonna know that that inspection's ready? Can he hit that one while he's already out and save him a trip, or does he have
Yeah,
to come
no.
back to find out?
No, there's a whole scheduling part of it, which is also part of the mobile app. So anything in the software can be viewed on the remote mobile app.
Oh, okay.
So they have their scheduling, they have it's linked to our GIS, so there's a GIS map, they know how to get to the next location, they know their schedule. And they can input right in the field all of the inspection data.
Mhm.
So the minute the inspection is performed and completed, it is available to the client, so they would know that they can move on with other items, or they know they're finished.
Okay, and then he can also look back and see what each thing on the permit was for, and if they missed something or don't have something that they applied for on the permit, then he would know right away
Yes.
when he, so if he had, what are these tablets you were talking about now? Are they real expensive, or are they
We're looking
Couple
at
$100
probably
items,
about
or-
$500 or $600 a piece.
a piece?
I need 3 of them, but we have funds for that.
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting them, testing it all out.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Space age is coming to me. Sorry, it's just interesting to me to see it all happen. and
pretty
that's
much everything we could do on paper before we can do through this software, and components like communications is far better.
Mhm.
We can email, text, back and forth, so there's none of the running back to the office to find out. We get that a lot. Inspectors out, see somebody working, they don't have a permit placard posted, don't know if they have one or not, got to call back to the office or come back to the office to find out. With this, they'll be able to know right away whether a permit's been issued
Nice.
and take appropriate action if it hasn't.
Good. Thanks. Nobody has any questions at all about this? Nobody on Zoom or anything?
I would suspect there'll be more
Okay.
questions once you see it.
When we get the demonstration, maybe somebody will have some more. Right, Mr. Leary?
I was just gonna say, no, there's no questions because I'm that type of person. I like to see the product.
Okay,
and
ask the questions at
put
the
my
time.
hands on it.
And we-
Okay, thanks.
You forget to turn on their microphones
Oh,
when they talk.
yeah, okay. I got Andy's.
So to answer Andy's question, yes, we are looking into that, and there's capabilities there.
Okay. Okay, Daniel is on for our GIS report.
Yeah, as part of our ongoing informational sessions, I've asked Daniel Bishop from our GIS department to do a demonstration of our online GIS system. Some of the new members probably have not used it or may not know how to use it, so I thought he'd run you through that for a few minutes here. I think he's got a little surprise about the new aerial photography as well that he'd like to
nice.
show you.
Okay.
So I'll turn it over to
How
Daniel.
do I turn it on? Or you do?
He'll need
Daniel?
to share his screen.
You do that?
Share my screen. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Move this out of the
Okay.
way. Can you all hear me?
Kinda. You have more volume somehow?
Let's see what I can do.
There you go. That's better.
That better?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, I'm Daniel Bishop. I'm the assistant manager for the GIS systems here at Kentucky County. I'm running a few programs at the moment, so every now and again my computer will make a really loud whirling sound as it's processing. If that happens, I may mute myself temporarily, take a little break, and then continue on with this demonstration just to keep the white noise to a minimum. Can you all see this screen that I have open right here?
We can see about half of the county map, the northern half.
Excellent.
Scroll
Okay,
up just
good.
a little bit.
Well, I'm going to start you off here at this website. This is k3gis.com. It's the GIS department's main URL page, kind of the directory for anything that's happening with GIS. We have some links to our main web maps. If you scroll down after this kind of short introduction, this first big blue map here is our K3 Mapper web application. I'm gonna click on that and it will automatically open up in a new tab. So what is this K3 Mapper web map? It's essentially the one-stop shop for our most requested GIS data for the county. In general, the GIS department kind of acts as liaison for geographic needs for different agencies and departments within the county. And as such, we have a lot of data that's useful for different industries and users beyond just county agencies, like just, the general public, as well as real estate and title licensing agencies use this regularly. When we open it up, we can see this blue map that kind of outlines Kankakee. This web map is kind of divided into two sections, the left half and the right half. On the left half here, we have our Esri geocoder. This is essentially an address search bar. You can type in an address and it will find that address for you automatically. I'm a resident of Sun River Terrace, so I'm just gonna type in my address as a example. We can see that it automatically matches with addresses stored within its database, and it recognizes that my address, even though I'm in Sun River Terrace, has a St. Anne mailing address because of our shared zip code. If I click on that, it'll automatically zoom me into that property with a dot on the approximate location. This is a search. It's not always 100% accurate, but it is helpful if you're not sure where to look. On top of that, we have this, the most used tool that we have is this detailed search bar, which will allow you to search for parcel property by parcel number. If you have a number parcel information that you need to look up, you can enter that number here. This detailed search tool is the far right icon. We also have the ability to search by owner name as well with this dropdown. All right. So these are the basic tools, the most frequently used tools. So I'm going to jump over to our right-hand portion of the map, and it automatically pops up with a layer list. I have this configured to load certain layers automatically and keep others invisible, just to kind of streamline what the basic user is seeing, and it's not completely overwhelming with too much data all at once. So you can see that we have, over in this right-hand portion of the map, we have our tax parcels and subdivisions. That indicates that we have multiple layers stored within this checkbox. So it's kind of an embedded, or like a Russian doll sort of thing, where we have layers embedded within layers. So if I just click this down arrow, it will either retract or show the layers that we have options for. So I have the tax parcels highlighted automatically, but the subdivisions are turned off. Subdivisions aren't as useful automatically, but they're still there in case they're needed. Likewise, we can just keep on going down. These are all added to the map for one reason or another. Requests by users, just kind of a simple one-stop shop, like I said before, of what my department gets requested most often. We have Kankakee County zoning, a layer right here that's turned off, but if you click on it, it will automatically turn on the zoning map for our county. And you can zoom in. If you want to know what the colors mean, then you can come up to this icon in the far right-hand corner. It's the legend icon.
Yeah, we can't see the, yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Your picture was on top of that.
Oh, gotcha. So the legend icon will allow you to see what the symbology of the map is displaying, and determine, you know, A1 versus R1 residential properties. Just an easy way to zoom in if you're not sure what a tax parcel is zoned as. You can search by tax parcel ID, or again by the address, with the zoning map layer turned on. Okay. We also have enterprise zones available here. I don't often get requested for this information, but it's useful from time to time. And we use this floodplain map fairly regularly. So while the majority of the data, the vast majority of the data that we're seeing as an option here is maintained by Kankakee County, the one exception to the rule is this floodplain layer. I'm going to zoom in on my beloved Sun River Terrace again. Here we go. And I'm going to turn off our background imagery for now. We can see that we have a floodplain map. This is pulled directly from FEMA's website. FEMA maintains a layer with their most up-to-date zoning maps. This kind of streamlines our workflow, allowing any appeals to the flood map, be it like a LOMA process where a parcel owner will have a more detailed survey done of their property to either exempt it from the flood map or not. Those LOMAs are added to the map automatically from FEMA. We can see them here, and we can click on them to see this letter of map amendment, which is it's useful to know whether or not a particular property is technically in or out of the floodplain.
You can actually pull up a copy of and print out the letter of map amendment as well if you need one.
You can download them by these links. All right. We have our elected officials map as well. That automatically loads precincts. So we can see our voter precincts for the county, our current voter precincts, and we have county board districts as well. You see me zooming in and out. This is essentially the same functionality as you'd be used to with Google Maps. You can just scroll in and out with your mouse, or you can do a more detailed zoom by pressing Shift and drawing a box around the area that you want to zoom into, and it will zoom you in on that area. We also have going back to our elected officials, we have our state senate and house districts. Obviously, we update this as frequently as we can whenever there's a change to this data. Sometimes there is a lag because we're a small operation, but we always welcome public input if someone notices that something's out of date. Lastly, let's go to our ortho imagery. Talk about that for a second. Some of our users have encountered some interruptions with our web map service over the past few months, and that's because of some work I've needed to do in the background to upgrade our infrastructure to bring it up to current web security standards. And that's a bit out of my wheelhouse as a geographer, dealing with IT, web security, SSL certificates has been a learning opportunity, I suppose. And so as I've been working through this, we've had some downtime with our map, but it's back up and running now, and we're a bit more leveraged now to update this map with some long overdue improvements. So the first thing that's on the agenda is to update our ortho imagery. Ortho imagery is essentially just aerial photography. If we zoom in just into Route 17, we can see that the aerial imagery automatically pops up on this map, and it was flown in 2014. No, early 2015. I'm sorry, and so we have a few years past date of how accurate this data is, and we recently had in the spring of 2020 a new aerial photography done of the county, and we have those images. I'm on the last leg now of kind of compacting a terabyte of data into a flexible, responsive web application. So it just takes a lot of streamlining to reduce the amount of data size to make it user-friendly on our website. But just to kind of show you the improvement that we can expect, I've zoomed in already on our county courthouse with our 2015 aerial imagery. And you can kind of see at this level, 40 feet scale bar, we are starting to see some pixelization of the image. Our cars are starting to look blurry. The roadways look a little squared off here. I'm going to drag over the courthouse using our 2020 aerial image now. And we've essentially, with the improvement of technology of the cameras and storage ability over the past 5 years, we're able to double our accuracy. So we went from a 6-inch per pixel accuracy range to 3 inches per pixel with this past flyover. So this fidelity of image is what you'll be able to see on our website very, very soon, once I'm able to package it up and upload it onto our web servers. All right, so now I'm just gonna stop talking for a second and open it up to questions if anyone has any regarding our K3 Mapper website.
Before you do that, Daniel,
Yep.
could you go to a parcel and show them what type of information on a parcel is available?
Absolutely. Yep. I'll just zoom in.
Doesn't matter which one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll zoom in on mine.
No, where he lives.
So we are, whenever you click on any parcel, what we're doing is pulling data from the assessor's office DevNet database, which is updated regularly. Our parcels, sometimes depending on what the assessor wants the public to be able to see, whether it's the mainly regarding this assessments page here. They want to know, most people want to know why they're being billed a certain way. So we don't always want to provide the most up-to-date information because that might be the next year's billing appraisal that's being done and being shown in the database. But we have ability to look up that PIN number, the address, the site address, like the lot description, a short legal description, some owner tax bill information, assessment information, and then we have a link to the treasurer's e-wedge site. By clicking that, you can go back and see the tax information for that parcel. Well, let's see. Can't go back. There we go. And we also have a link to the recorder's tapestry document search. So it just takes you here, and you'd have to search via that link. We have related information here. When just before I joined the county, the recorder's office and the GIS department made an agreement to allow past, certain data to be generally available to the public. So we have deeds, property record cards, and other visual document information. Oh, not on that property. Let's go over here. Available through this image search. So we have a property record card, change of address. All of this is accurate until the year about 2012. Anything more recent than 2012, that is why we have the search for the tapestry document search. This will give you the most up-to-date information that the recorder has available. There's a nominal fee associated with that parcel search or those document searches. That's why we also have a bit older documents just freely available. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Del, anybody have any questions now? That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot to lay on you in one meeting, so if you want to go back and talk about anything, let me know. We'll talk about it. We got Del here. He can
Go
help us out.
online, try it out.
Yeah, go home and play with it a little bit and see. I have one question for you, Daniel. Can you do the river contours updated on your maps? Or you just had lines drawn in the pictures that I saw?
The river contours mean the
Depths.
We're
Yeah.
talking about bathymetrics.
Yeah.
We do not have that yet.
Okay.
We have topography for the land. We do not have bathymetrics for the river.
Okay, I see it shows up on the photography a little bit there. That's good. Okay.
We can, what is it? 1 foot topography?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks. Anybody else?
The topography is available using this contours line, and it takes a while
There you
to
go.
set that up.
Hold on.
Data is something that we will have, or
We are looking into what that would cost
okay.
to have that done. That was a project we were planning to look into last year, and then COVID happened, so.
I think that would definitely be something interesting to see over a couple decades too.
It is on, yeah. It's on our list.
Cool.
Okay.
I looked at with the soil and water, we had looked at the most recent photography that they had. It did show up on it, but they didn't have the ultraviolet or however they measure it. Engineers can tell you the depth of a lake and a pond somewhere within a foot all the way around everywhere. I can do it with my boat. So you can do it anywhere you want to. So anybody else? That's it. Okay. Sorry, Del.
All right. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Hope your site doesn't get jammed up tonight.
Me too.
Okay. That was a nice presentation. Okay. I'd like to combine a reappointment of William Bukowski to the Kankakee County Regional Planning Commission and the appointment of Thomas Citrina to the Kankakee County Regional Planning Commission. I'd like to get a motion to approve those. So moved. Mr. Payton, who seconded it?
Yeah.
Right?
Discussion?
Sure. Andy.
Can I suggest?
Mr. Snipes, sorry.
Also adding the resignation of Ruben Feliciano as to approve that
Okay, we can add that.
resignation, excuse me.
Okay.
So all three of them. Is that
Okay.
acceptable to the?
Yeah, the discussion we can do separately, so let's do all three of those at one time, one roll call. And the resignation of Ruben Feliciano from the Kankakee County Regional Planning Commission. Anyone have any questions or anything? Otherwise, we'll have a roll call vote. Oh, Mr. Snipes, you got the second. Sure.
Well, not the second, it was, Dennis Bukowski, foreman, but we'll get that, we'll get that.
To who?
It was dealing with the Bukowski, appointment. You have, is there a difference between William H. Bukowski and William Bukowski? Because we have a Bukowski here and they're not up till 2024.
I don't know. Is there no?
That we vote on the Kankakee County Regional Planning Commission?
If appointed, that would be his new expiration date is the 2024.
Okay.
They are the same person.
So that's the same person?
Yes.
Okay, but it already said his appointed date was on the.
Yeah, that is a
I guess
different
back-
list I'm gonna talk about after we get done with
Oh,
this.
okay.
Okay, can I get a roll call, please?
Mr. Featherling?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Payton?
Aye.
Ms. Peters?
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield?
Aye.
Mr. Snipes?
Aye.
Mr. Darrell Smith? Mr. Swanson?
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Aye.
Ms. Bryan?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
Ms. Hudson?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander?
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler? Motion carries.
Okay, under old business, I had a question I wanted to ask Mr. Wheeler about too. Are we gonna be going to, next month, are we gonna be going to attendance on the meetings, or what was the decision on that? Spreading us out in the room?
Executive committee.
Executive, this week?
This month we're having that discussion.
Oh, we're gonna have it there? Okay, okay, thank you.
It's the coming back in the room and also, the rules associated with board-member attendance.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, any other old business? Let's get
Oh,
some.
no, we missed one.
Did we miss one?
Discussion of
Oh, yeah, the
vacancies.
vacancies. Okay, sorry, you got your list?
Yeah, you should have a list in your packet of Kankakee Regional Planning Commission. That's a 17-member commission. And each month, we report that there's 6 or 7, sometimes 8 vacancies on there. And I just wanted to make sure everyone understood the reason there's so many vacancies. If you look at this chart, this is all of the members on the commission now. The green and we got some highlighted in green and red. The reason we have so many vacancies that we report is a requirement because the ones in green have not renewed their appointment yet. We've been reminding them since probably back in October that they need to do that, and yet they have not. Mr. Bukowski just did his. So and they of course stay on the commission until removed or they leave themselves. So technically they are on the commissions, but until they renew their appointment, we have to report that there's a vacancy. So that's why you hear the amount of vacancies that we have. And in red are the ones that are actually in need of being replacement. So we actually have 2 positions that do not have anyone in those 2 unfilled positions. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware that that's the situation there.
Okay. Del, who's the chairman of that?
Mr. Miller.
Mr. Miller?
I have a question.
Sir. Mr.
Yes,
Payton?
sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Payton.
My name in green.
We have not seen a renewal from you.
Okay.
Is that something the chairman can hand out at the meeting?
That's what
and
I thought.
let everybody know that their time is up so we don't end up with a bunch of
We have done
confusion?
that at the last 2 or 3
And they won't fill it out on the
regional
spot?
planning commission meetings.
They can't make up their mind, okay.
And they all said, yeah, we forgot, and then we get into the next meeting, they still haven't done it, so.
Okay, Mr. Wheeler.
As with all commissions we appoint to, I'd ask that you send them a letter with the application in the letter for renewal.
I believe-
It's an expense, but I would say send those the month before. So it would be August. They would need to be sent out in August so we can have the appointments in actually it would be July, so we can do the appointments in August before September.
Because that's too many possible vacancies there.
I believe we have done that through email, not an actual letter.
Because we'll go ahead and if it's after the 12th, we'll go ahead and remove them if they don't want to apply again.
Yeah. I have told them that they do run the risk of, you know, if somebody else applies, they do run the risk of losing their appointment.
We want their participation, but we've got to know that they still want to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's essential.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Screwed up the whole thing. Okay. Nothing under new business then? So we'll take a motion to adjourn. Mr. Smith and Mr. Kirkster with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.